Hi guys! So this one is, as you can see by the title, I wanted to do a video of my experience that I had in hospital. Now this isn't my experience, this is the experience of two other people that were in the hospital that I really wanted to sort of share their stories with you because they are sort of extraordinary. So I'm going to change the names because obviously they don't know I'm doing this. They probably will never find out I'm doing this, but I just, out of respect, to change the names. So the first one I'm going to talk to you about, I'm going to call her Mary, and I'm not going to tell you what she went in for, but Mary had a lot of problems when she was born and was younger, which led her to be in a wheelchair. She told me she could walk like a little bit, but not a lot. Now, I could not believe the next part I'm going to tell you. Mary came in for an operation that she could have gone home the same day, but because she can't do things for herself because she's in a wheelchair, she needs help around the house. So before she came in for her operation, she had home care. But apparently, when you go in for surgery, you have to let the home care team know. So because she was having an operation, they cancelled her own home care. And believe it or not, when I was in hospital, she'd been there for 9 weeks. She was perfectly fine, nothing wrong with her. But the place where she was at with her home care had cancelled the appointment, had cancelled her out, so they went to somebody else who was on the waiting list. Now she can't get in, and there's nobody else around where she lives that can help her get out of bed, go to the toilet. Her husband could maybe help her go to the toilet, put her back in bed at night. There was nobody to do it, so she'd been there 9 weeks. And by the time I got out on the Monday. On the Thursday, that would have been 10 weeks. It was her son's birthday on the Tuesday as I left on the Monday, and she went out for 1 day, but she had to come back because if she didn't, she'd be basically knackered because nobody would be able to help her around the house. Now then, her story was so sad, and she was such a lovely woman, she really was. Obviously, the nursing staff aren't obliged to tell me anything now, so there's not really any point in me phoning up to see if she got home because something was in the pipeline, but it was all hush hush. But yeah, I felt really bad for Mary. I stayed in the hospital for 3 days and I was tearing my hair out. I just wanted to get home. Oh my God, how she coped, I really don't know. I really don't know. And the next person, okay, what can we call her? I'll call her Sarah. Oh my life. I have never seen anybody with dementia. I didn't realise, obviously, when I first went into the ward that she had dementia. I didn't know what was wrong with her, but after I'd had my surgery and then on the Saturday, I sort of was more aware what was going on around me, and this is where I saw dementia up close and personal, and I never ever want it, ever. This lady was, I'd say, I don't know, in her late 50s, early 60s, and she would not stay in bed for a start, and she kept wandering around where the nurses were, and then the nurses had to keep bringing her back to her bed because they were scared of her walking off because she obviously didn't know where she was. The whole time I was there, the nurses, and I've lost count of how many times that they took her back to her bed, and this is time when they were short-staffed that they could do without somebody having to take Sarah back to her bed. It was not Sarah's fault, she had dementia. But now I did sort of giggle at this because of how realistic she made it But you soon come to realise that it is not fair what is happening to her. On the Sunday I was there, on the night time, she stripped all of her clothes off and said that she was trying to find a bra. And she needed to find her bra because then she'd be able to find her shoes, which meant that she could go out clubbing. And the look on her face was so determined that she wanted this. It was quite scary. So all the nurses had to come in and kept getting her changed, and she must have taken her clothes off 5 times because she was that adamant that she needed this bra to find her shoes to go out clubbing. But it was real in her head, and you could sort of see how agitated she was getting when people were taking her back to her bed saying, "Look, Sarah, it's the middle of the night, you need to go to sleep." And she wasn't having it. It was like, "No, I need to go out clubbing." So that was a minute, when I come out Monday. So that was Saturday night. Sunday was scary. When her family came, she would eat, because she wasn't eating when nobody was there. She would sort of act normal. Obviously, her family doesn't know to the extent of how bad she is. So when they went, Sunday night was the same routine. She kept on going out to the ward. But then somebody else came in, and she was an old lady, and she wasn't very well. And Sarah automatically thought that that was her mum. So she kept going over saying, "Hi mum, are you okay?" and this, that and the other. And the other old lady was kind of scared of her. But then Sarah sat on her legs when she was in bed, and because the old lady screamed, Sarah then slapped her across the face. And I was out walking up around the ward because I've been told I need to walk. All I heard was the screams. I couldn't believe it. But she kept on, she was getting more and more angry because she was frustrated to, why can't her mum sit down and talk to her type thing. And I ended up going to one of the nursing team and saying, "Look, I'm really a bit worried about us all sleeping tonight," because we were all quite shocked of how bad she was with this old lady. So the nursing staff then got somebody to come in and sit on a chair next to Sarah's bed to make sure that she stayed in bed all night and wasn't going around slapping people. Honest. Then Monday, it was a day that I could come home, and Sarah kept saying, "I'm going to the salon, I need to find my shoes and my good coat because I'm going to the salon and having my hair done." And then obviously we kept saying, "You don't need your coat and stuff." And then one of the nursing staff came and gave her a shower. So because she gave her a shower and washed her hair, she automatically thought she was in the salon. So from then she kept on coming to me saying, "Where's the mousse? I know you've got the mousse. Where have you put the mousse?" And I kept saying, "I haven't got any mousse." So she'd toddle off outside and she'd come back, and then she'd say, "You've had my brush. Where have you put my brush?" So I had to get up, go and find a brush because I knew she'd been using it, so I knew where it was. "Oh, thank you, I know, thank you for my brush." "Where's my mousse though? Go find my mousse." And I'm like, "I haven't got any mousse." She says, "Well, I've got to have my hair done and get changed because I'm going Woolworths." But anybody who's in the UK will know that Woolworths, all of Woolworths shops shut down about 2 or 3 years ago. But in her head, she was going these places. It was happening right now. And there's nothing nobody could say to make her know any different that, for one, Woolworths is shut down, 2, she isn't in the hair salon, and oh my God, I've never seen anything like it. Because I'm not obviously in that profession, and I don't know how people like carers and stuff need absolute awards. They really do for how they look after these people whose fault it isn't. And again, I felt really sorry for Sarah because in her face you could tell that she was in that moment. And it's so hard to tell somebody that they're not in that moment. And she was getting so frustrated, and it was so awful to see how much she struggled, that she wanted to get out. Oh my God. But yeah, I don't think these stories would be told anywhere else, because they just wouldn't. So I wanted to come on and just tell their stories for them. And if I ever met them again, I would just give them a hug and say, are you okay? And for Sarah especially, I just hope she is okay. I really do. Mary, I'm hoping that she's gone home now, but again, you still don't know. But yes, guys, that was my sort of story time of what happened in them 3 days that I was in the hospital for. And it makes you realise, no matter how bad, I hate this saying, by the way, no matter how bad your life is, there is people worse off than you. And I hate that saying, but after what I saw in hospital, it is true. It is true.